Hey everyone, welcome back to Being a Fine Figure. As today we are finally got my hands on the Sergeant Slaughter from Valaverse Action Force, and I got it on sale for I think it was 20 bucks. So I don't pass up on a deal. I already do have the GI Joe version, which I will bring on later on, and who knows, maybe I'll bring on one of my wrestling Sergeant Slaughters and compare them all as far as the look and who did it best. So can't wait. It looks great. Tons of accessories, tons of interchangeable hands. He's got vests, he's got weapons, he's got glasses, he's got everything but his whistle. I don't see his whistle. But anyway, without further ado, I am going to get the Sarge here out of the packaging and I will be right back. All right, so we got the Sarge out of the packaging and man, it is loaded. For 20 bucks, I got more than my money's worth with this figure. I think initially it was what, $31, 30 some dollars, and I got it for like $21, I think it was, on sale. So I am happy, and it's full of accessories. I had not really, I mean, I kind of passed on it a little bit because I had the GI Joe one, but for 20 bucks, I had to get my hands on it, and there's a lot of similarities between both slaughters, but again, there's also a lot of things that Valaverse did differently than GI Joe. So let's quickly go over the accessories, which there are a lot of them. The only disappointing is I didn't come with his whistle or his little sergeant stick or staff, or that I'm used to, Sergeant Slaughter having as a wrestler, as in GI Joe and stuff like that. So, but other than that, it's got a lot more than what the other Sergeant Slaughter brought. And again, it does come with like one of the best stands they have around for 6-inch figures, which is the Action Force ones. We've got the nice metal detail Action Force on it, and different holes or pegs so that you can do different poses with the figure, which I think this is great. Have a couple of them already with the other figures. I think I have this will be my 7th figure, I believe. Yeah, 7th Valaverse figure, give or take. It does come with a whole bunch of sets of hands, which is great. The trigger hands, that it's on the figure right now. The cupping hands, or to hold the weapons. Give those poses where he's aiming and holding the weapons. Fucking dog all over the place. Cuffing hands there, which I think is a nice touch, rather than try to get the hands into the trigger and hold the weapon. It doesn't always work out. He does have 2 fists, which is great. You can have Sergeant Slaughter shoot with one hand and punch with the other. It'd be great for photographers out there. And the details on these hands are incredible. I feel now like I lost a hand. And it does come with the weapon holding hands, which, what does he have? He doesn't have any weapons to hold except for the guns and stuff, and that's what he's got the trigger fingers for. But give him a staff or a stick or whatever, and Sergeant Slaughter will definitely hold it. And of course, he has 1 finger pointing hands, I think. I don't think I'm missing something here. No, yeah, I guess he just comes with 1 finger pointing hands. I gotta verify that. What do I do with the box? Where I put the box? No, I can't find the damn box. So he does come with 7 hands, 7 extra hands. So in a single, 4 sets and a single hand, and plus the 2, so 9 hands. So that is great. Let's move those to the side. He does come with his backpack there. I think this was early in the Valaverse stage, so it's all 1 color. I don't think I have too many Valaverse figures that actually have a lot of backpacks. I know mostly a lot of the GI Joes do. Sergeant Slaughter does have one here, very basic, very plain. Kind of looks like a lunchbox instead of a backpack, but that's just me. He does come with his plastic, rubber vest, which I would prefer cloth, but I mean, it's nice. It gives it a nice touch. And of course, it does come with a matching hat, soldier's hat, to match the vest. So you can do different outfits with the Slaughter. You can give him the iconic black wife beater look, or you can, put this nice vest and hat on him. He does come with his sunglasses, and these are, they have that bronze frame with the black. And me personally, I'm used to Sergeant Slaughter with the silver length on his aviator glasses, but this is it's a nice touch. They are very loose, and they're not as thick as the GI Joe classified ones, which actually I have here, since I do have the figure ready to compare. So the sunglasses from the GI Joe classified, as you can see, are a lot bigger. Obviously, the figure is it's a lot bigger than this one, but these here have a little bit more durability than these. And they're smaller too. As you can see, they're a lot smaller. So, and again, we'll bring the old Sarge on later from classified so to compare. And he does come with a nice Magnum type gun. Now these I like. These are one of my favorite guns. These 6-shooters, Magnums. I was a huge Dirty Harry fan as a kid. Saw all the movies, and I always loved these. And these are great. And the details on it, as you can see, they're great. It's got the nice handle. It's got all the nooks and crannies that a gun will have. It's got the effects there, which is a little off, as you can see. Looks a little warped, but you can still plug them in there. And again, both sides great. And then he's got this big old cannon shooter type gun, and it does articulate. It does go around. I wish they would have flipped in and out, but it does not. But that is a nice touch. It does articulate inside the rounds. It's got the holes a little bit smaller there to plug weapons there, and the accessories. But this is a nice looking. Again, they do really good as far as making their weapons stand out with the different colors and whatnot. The details on it are great, and something that classified might do here and there with tape and stuff, but for the most part, they're all one color. Makes it look very ordinary, very plain. Now on to the Sergeant. Again, the Sergeant's hat doesn't have the normal emblem that Sergeant Slaughter is known to have. And again, this hat is a lot smaller than the G.I. Joe classified. Again, the G.I. Joe classified is on a bigger scope, a bigger buck, so obviously, but this is it's just a very hard plastic. This is more rubbery, so you can actually try to give it a little bit of give, which is good. And again, we'll bring down that Sarge later on, but now the best thing about this figure is the iconic chin, that they nailed it for Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, look at that. That is the iconic chin that Sergeant Slaughter is known to have. The G.I. Joe classified does not have that chin because it's more of the cartoon. It's more based on the cartoon in the comic book than it is the actual real life. The only thing that I could see about the details of trying to get Sergeant Slaughter as close to lifelike as they did on Valaverse, that I think they kind of used the old Slaughter version and not a younger version. So the figure does look like an old man, like a sergeant, I guess, should be, many years in the Army, which I get that part, but it would have been great to, give him a little bit of a youthfulness so it can look really good. But again, he will still fit in. He'll just look like a senior member of, Action Force. So, but again, the Valaverse, the articulation, the details, the face, the muscles, the body, they are top notch. They do a great job. They really pay attention to detail. And again, you never find a loose figure. Their QVC issues are great. Again, he's got the iconic ribbed shirt on the bottom, underneath. He's got this piece that obviously will come out You can slide it off. You take the arms off and stuff to put in the vest, which we'll probably maybe later do it. But he's got these nice, and they all move too. But the detail on the Sarge are very basic. The Sarge is not a very glamorous guy. They did give him a lot more weapons than the Sarge would normally have. Even in the movie, he did a lot more fighting than he actually had with weapons and stuff. Because you know he was the tough guy, the trainer, the fighter. So he did a lot more with his fists than he did with any weapons. Which you know, they kept him more to his wrestling style persona than an actual soldier. And then, of course, he's got all these added extras for the Sarge that me being a long-time wrestling Sergeant Slaughter character fan, and then the early parts of G.I. Joe, I'm not used to seeing him with all this kind of stuff, but it's nice. It gives us a different Sergeant Slaughter. But again, pinless elbows, pinless knees, the details, the texture, I mean, the boots, I mean, you can literally see every detail of the lace on the boots. I mean, it's perfectly done. I mean, look at that. And of course, the bottom, they give you the texture of the boot, of what a boot looks like. Not just flat, you know, like every other figure does. They really, really molded these really good. And again, they keep getting better. He does have kind of a little bit, does he? Yeah, he has a little bit. It's just a little stiff right now, but you can drop the thigh, the feet there, and the legs, so you can do some kneeling and all kinds of poses. And he's got look at that. He's got the little buckle for the wristband, but they didn't do any detail on the. Is this supposed to be a watch? Well, they didn't get the watch right. Or it could just be just a band, I guess. Maybe it meant to be a watch. They just didn't get it. And then, I don't know what. He's got a scrunchie on his other hand. That's weird. But they gave him the bald look. And of course, the G.I. Joe Classified has the useful hair. But again, the face, they nailed the chin. This is right there. This is the best Sergeant Slaughter look you are going to get. When you go forward, he kind of resembles a little bit, you know, his nose, his features, but this is Sergeant Slaughter right there. This you can tell. Put it out. Somebody say, "Hey, that's Sergeant Slaughter." You know, they will know. A true Sergeant Slaughter fan will know that this is Sergeant Slaughter. And again, we are going to quickly just put him on there. This is the look that we're used to seeing. Actually, you know what? Let's the arm come off. I'm afraid to pull the arm because I have the worst luck. Does this come off somehow? It has to come out here somewhere. There it is. Yep. So it actually comes over. Don't try removing the hands. That would have been a mistake because I had a feeling I wouldn't have been able. I have such bad luck. And we will get Sergeant Slaughter with the vest on. Give him that soldier look. See what it looks like. That's a nice look there. And then, of course, he's got that Neo hat. So, the hat's... well, the hat inside doesn't have much of deep... So it just basically will have to sit there, so it will come off easily. But that's a nice iconic look. That reminds me of Gun-Ho. Kind of gives me the Gun-Ho look there. Let me just zoom that out a little bit. So right there, it kind of gives me the little Gun-Ho look. Can't really do much with the hat. It doesn't really go in. But we are quickly going to compare the Sarge here. Same look for look. I have stripped down and taken the weapons away from the classified Slaughter on the shelf because I want to compare that you can see the significant difference in the figures, in the height. Let's put the shades on the Sergeant here. See how well they... the nose is so molded in that the glasses doesn't really hold the glasses as opposed to the G.I. Joe one. And of course, we're gonna see if we can put that hat without knocking. Gonna move that out of the way for now, quickly. Yeah, the glasses are, it's gonna be a problem. It's got the sergeant look there. All right, so yeah, see this, look, let me just get this hat back on. Again, he's missing his iconic whistle. We used to have in Sergeant Slaughter with a whistle. A little detail on his hat. And then, as you can see, Classified has the movie cartoon look. It's got some... He came with all these stains that I wasn't too happy on his uniform, on the paint there, on this figure, but yeah. But as you can see, I mean, it's just towers over this one. This old man working out, Sergeant Slaughter look doesn't really, doesn't remind me, except for the chin. But this, you know, the Classified went ahead with the one we're used to from the actual G.I. Joe cartoon, and the old figure, you know, him and the Marauders, which I'm hoping that they do the Marauders soon. So all that's missing now, the Marauders. But as you can see, they did more of a animated look. Then Valaverse went more realistic, because it's pretty much what Sergeant Slaughter looks like now. I mean, he shaved his hair off, and he's got that old man's look. They just give him a little muscle, because he is obviously up there in age, so he clearly doesn't look like this. He's still a very tall man, but he clearly doesn't look this small, and he's I think just a bit smaller than Trigger and Carrick, I think, stuff like that. But Carrick's a big figure, but this more resembles, but they nailed the face sculpt on that. And again, they do added a lot more weapons. They more realistic. That's all it is. I am happy with both actually now. I got a deal. Again, I wasn't passing on Sergeant Slaughter, but you know, I just wasn't in a hurry to get him. But I'm glad I got him on sale, and I'm the sucker. I don't pass out deals. But I got Sergeant Slaughter. I was hoping to get the wrestler, but I think I packed a lot of the wrestlers. So I like to alternate my shelves once in a while and just rotate it and keep them fresh. So now, you know, G.I. Joe and McFarlane are center of my collection. And a lot of the wrestlers, you know, Hogan, Warriors and all that, they've just, they're onto the side in the box for now. And they'll eventually come out again. But I gotta tell you right now, the face sculpt on those Sergeant Slaughter, especially like the Colonel Mufasa or the, you know, the Iraqi sympathizer Sergeant Slaughter, the face sculpt looks nothing like these. Like, it does not look like Sergeant Slaughter at all. So these is more of the Sergeant Slaughter I grew up with. This is, you know, ironically what he looks like now. So they did a great job. I wish that they did put the silver length on his sunglasses, because that is his iconic look. Sergeant Slaughter does not wear, or as long as I've known, he usually, this is the look he always had in the cartoons. So I know they're going for a different spin on him, and they did a great job. I got to give it to them. This is a great looking figure. So I'm going to move the old Sarge here, Classified, out, and then we are going to get this Sarge here and see what he looks like with all his weapons. Let's get Mr. Slaughter here. I think that's the way it goes. Let's get Sarge back in here, and I'm glad this is great. All these little features that they do, the snap off straps and stuff, it actually helps, and it gives you options again with posing and getting the Sarge in different positions and whatnot. Let's get him there, and then we're just gonna give him all his weapons. It's a nice looking, and it holds it in place, even though it's like looks like it wouldn't, but it does. It's got the cantina, and of course, you know, This is a big cannon for Sergeant Slaughter. Again, this is stuff that we're not used to Sergeant Slaughter having, because we're used to a variation of Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, how is he even going to stretch his hands that far? Well, I guess it works, I guess. But yeah, let's just give it a quick look there. And again, I put the glasses first, because if I try to put them after, the hat will come off. I want to be able to, yeah, the glasses are a lot more rubbery, not very hard plastic. But yeah, that's a nice look. Again, they did a great job, and you got all these accessories. He's got his backpack, which I will not use because, but doesn't need a backpack. But Valaverse did a great job. Features on it, it's great. Again, they're really, really doing a great job with these Action Force lines. So again, all the luck in the world. If you haven't gotten your hands on this version of Slaughter, I think it might still be up on sale on their site. So go check them out, because it is a great addition to the Valaverse, especially for those building or going heavy on Valaverse. And I know they've in a short period of time they've got quite a following. So, and I myself, I dig some of their figures, but I'm not going too crazy on a lot of them. Just personally, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just my preference. I just want certain ones that I really, really must have. Other than that, as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, you've come this far, please go ahead and hit that bell so you can get updated on any videos as they drop. And as always, thank you for your support. Continue to be a fine figure, and I will see you later.